Hi. So it's been a while since I did a video, and I've tried a few times to start one, and ended up my night was kind of a disaster, or nothing really eventful, and so I thought I would try to do a proper video tonight. This is now the middle of the coronavirus scare, and everybody's supposed to be social distancing, and I'm about as far away from other people as I can get right now. So at the dark side. So I completely changed my equipment. One thing led to another. I had to change the software, and one thing led to another, and I have completely different equipment, and I'll show you what ended up there, and follow along with what I'm doing tonight. All right, I'm gonna set up and talk to you soon. Okay, I've just set up, and it's looking it's a little windy right now. There's my scope, and it's getting cold. Not sure what the temperature is, but I think it's about -5 or 7 or so. But this is a new setup. Same scope and same guide scope, but as you can see, I got a whole lot of extra stuff here, wires and things, and that all kind of accumulated from the fact that I wanted to change my software, and I was using a Pentax, and I couldn't get proper software to control it, so I changed to Cloudmaker's Astro telescope, Astro imager, Astro guider, and these guys work directly on Mac OS, and they've ported it to Linux and Windows as well. But it runs beautifully. You can plug in and out all your equipment, and it doesn't crash. So I got that, and then I waited for basically sales. This mount was on sale, and it was my dream mount, and so the EQ6R Pro. So I got that, and then a few months later, a friend was selling this. This is the ASI 294 Color Pro, and apparently, well, Astro Backyard, Trevor Jones endorsed this with a big endorsement. Said it was like the best one he's found so far as color one shot goes. Then I upgraded this guy to the latest version, the 120 MMS, and it's got high-speed USB 3, as does this camera. And so all those upgrades, and I'll show you the software later. And I also bought the Pegasus Power Box, which is great. You can see a little thermal and humidity temperature sensor hanging off, and it'll automatically turn on my heaters when required. And I didn't have to do anything with that. I just plugged that in, and the Cloudmaker's stuff recognized it and operated it. And in fact, it operates in auto mode anyway, but you can get your status, and so it's pretty nice. So, and I cleaned my scope. I got it nice and ready. Got a nice clean lens. I did another collimation, because had done a few things that threw out the collimation, so I've recollimated it. And I found out what my problem was last year. I kept thinking it was guiding, but it was in fact this collar to rotate the focuser was jammed. The focuser was jammed at a slight angle, so no matter what I did, I was getting kind of oblong stars. So that's been fixed. And I've also fixed my back focus. The other camera I had wrongly at 55, because this particular flattener is actually 45. So now with my new camera, I've properly put in 45mm back focus. So this is my first time out. Really, I think I had it once last fall. My fingers are freezing. And and I just sort of basically a trial, and this is my first time out since then, and should be good. So one other thing I did is I doubled up my battery, and this is really cool. This power box from Canadian Tire, it'll suck power from that other one as it's depleting. So it basically it's two batteries in parallel, and when you charge it, it'll charge the other one as well. And I found that you can supercharge it fast by just putting it in your car and plugging your lighter into it. So that's really cool. So I'm all set, and my fingers are freezing, so it must be pretty cold. And I just got a polar line, but it's a bit cloudy right now. You can see kind of clouds out there, but those should dissipate. All right, that's it for now. Just a quick check of the system there, and I've got the Raspberry Pi on the scope to interface to the scope and the cameras. And this a thing called Indigo Sky is running on the Raspberry Pi, and these are the servers running on the Indigo Sky. So just everything's looking good. I go over here, check out the some of the services there: Imager Agent, Pocket Power Box, Mount, Sin Scan, and ZWO cameras. And the Sin Scan is direct. The EQ6R Pro has a direct link. It's actually a serial port, but it's built in, and they have a USB connector, so I can hook up directly with that and don't have to use the hand controller. So that's that. So we'll start the apps. These are the apps: Astro Telescope, Astro Imager, and Astro Guider, and Astrometry. Okay, so they're all integrated. They all see the equipment readily. I can unplug and plug and nothing crashes, which is nice. So here's my Guider camera, and I'm going to be using the ST4 cable. That's that, and this is the Imager, Astro Imager. Okay, I'm going to use the 294, and just for extra, I got to have the pocket power box on the auxiliary, and then I do that, it starts showing the temperature and the humidity. So it's -4 degrees, and nice spring evening. It's supposed to go down to, I don't know, -10 or something tonight, maybe -7. Okay, so, and that's my camera temperature, -4. Oh, well, of course it's the same as the outdoor temperature. So I haven't started cooling yet or anything. Cooling is off, and I'll set it down to, I'm gonna do a -15 because I can't get below that to do the darks at home. So that's good enough. And my gain I'm going to set to 120 because that's the sweet spot. Actually, I think it's 117, but make sure, just to be sure. So, and then we have the Astro Telescope. So it shows the sky. I can pan and zoom with my pad. Okay, there's Polaris, and it shows it's on Polaris. I can zoom. Well, anyway, it shows on Polaris. So, sorry, that's the default. Okay, here's the Sin Scan mount on Indigo Sky. Okay, there it is. So it's showing the blue. That's where it's pointing. And then when I select something, it'll be a red cross, and then I can say go to that. But it's on the blue. and which is our setup. And just gonna check that the location is correct. Yep. Okay. Okay, so it's already it's set up for to stop guiding when it's downloading. I just want to do that. It's always something I thought should be done, and it has the option, so I'm going to do that. And it's already down to -15. It didn't take very long. Like it took like 2 minutes or something. So I'm ready to start using. So this software, I've used it before because I was out and I've sort of checked it out at home, and I was out with it a few times, and mostly trying to figure out what was wrong with my scope, which was the sort of misaligned rotator. So, but we'll start finding stuff. First thing I'm gonna do is should be kind of focused. I should capture an image, see what it looks like. Capture and display. Duration. Raw 8. We want raw 8. We want raw 16. Full size. Let's capture again.